Hey, what's up, everybody? Andrew from Fantasy 8 here to give you 5 late stolen base draft picks for the 2017 season. Of course, stolen bases are down league wide, so it makes it really tough to round out your team with speed unless you get the early guys like Altuve or VR. But here's 5 guys you can pick late in the draft, and Jose Peraza will not be one of them, and that's just because he is shooting up in the draft boards because he now has an everyday position. So the ADP on him reflected on websites is probably not where he's actually going right now. So let's jump right in. At number 1, we got Hernan Perez for the Milwaukee Brewers. His ADP is 231.4. He's got a ton of eligibility. He's definitely a versatile late pick in fantasy drafts. He did steal 34 bases and 404 at bats last year. We don't know if he'll have a full-time position with the Brewers. His main competition is Scooter Gennett at second base, who basically had Hernan numbers without the steals last year. But if he can get a good amount of at bats, I mean, it's less stolen bases than what VR gives you, but it's still pretty VR-alike at a much later ADP. I'm never going to be drafting VR just because of how high he's going in drafts. I don't feel comfortable with it. But if I can get a guy at 231 that can possibly steal 30 bases and not kill my average, yeah, I'll go for that, Number 2, we got Inciarte, the outfielder for the Braves. He won't give you the steals that Perez offers, but he will be hitting leadoff for a decent Atlanta offense, so he's going to get those runs scored. He's always had a great batting average, and he doesn't strike out. Of course, the problem is he didn't run as much as he could last year. But he can get over 20 stolen bases because he already has. He was over 20 stolen bases in the 2015 season. And I think, again, with the batting leadoff this year and getting he'll want to get in scoring position, I think he will go over 20 stolen bases this year. He's not going to give you power, but he won't hurt you like some guys like Billy Hamilton might. Number 3, Tim Anderson, shortstop for the White Sox. He had some struggles last year, but managed to put up a decent stat line. He stole 10 bases in 99 games, but that definitely does not show what he's capable of. In 2015, he swiped 49 bags in the minor while only getting cut 13 times. And while, of course, he won't reach that number this year, I think he can get up to 30 stolen bases this year. Obviously, the Ks are a concern. He'll have to bring that down. But he did hit for a solid average. He can have 10 home run power, so something like a 10-30 season is not out of the question for Anderson. And then number 4, we have Eduardo Nunez, third base shortstop for the San Francisco Giants. He played 91 games with Minnesota last year before going to the Giants. His 40 stolen bases beat his career high of 11 in 2012. I definitely wouldn't read too much on the power. I don't think 16 home runs he'll come near close to that. But the speed he showed is very enticing. I don't think he'll get to 30 steals, but he might get 30. He's always been able to consistently make contact with the ball, and he'll score a lot of runs leading off or being near the top of that Giants lineup. So he's definitely interesting. Obviously, again, it's a plus that he qualifies at more than one position. And then finally, number 5, we have Carlos Gomez. And now, of course, no, Gomez is not going to get to his 30-40 stolen bases that he had during his prime. But with his current ADP of 244, there's no reason not to grab him and hope for a bounce-back 2020 year. He managed to hit 284 with 5 steals in 33 games to the Rangers. And if he can come anywhere close to that, he will easily outperform that ADP of 244. He is one of the guys I love drafting as one of my last picks, just because I get it. He's aging, his bat speed is slowing down, but none of that matters when you can get him so low. There's no risk involved. If it doesn't work out, drop him on the waiver wire. But he's one of the guys I'm definitely seeking to have on most of my teams this year as kind of a bench backup just to see what he does. So those are 5 guys you can look at for late stolen bases. If you want to know more stuff, you can join me on Twitter at FantasyAid1, or you can email me your questions at fantasyaid1@gmail.com. For Fantasy Aid, I'm Andrew, and thanks for watching.